Hello guys, my name is Elmono, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing a theory about what Fortnite might do in the near future and how that might impact the game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. So I've been playing since Season 1, and I've always had some theories about Fortnite, but never really thought too much of them. However, these theories have really come to light nowadays, as with Fortnite kind of dying, they're going to need to do something crazy if they want to get their main player base back. I have a theory of what they might do to do just that. Anyways, since Season 1, people have been theorizing that this whole Fortnite Battle Royale is just a simulation done by vendor tech in order to prep players in the Save the World version what to do if they encounter other enemies who might attack them. This is a neat theory, however, many people have had their doubts about it. But if it's true, it sets up the perfect scenario for this to work out. Anyways, if this is a simulation, the main goal of the simulation would be to work out how weapons and other things work against other players. Even zombies have been added to the mix, as with this new Halloween update. Now, with this simulation, most of the players don't realize they're in it. As per all these cutscenes and stuff you see, they've even created their own kind of film industry. But this simulation really makes sense if you start to think about everything that's been added to the game. For instance, why would they rebuild buildings and tilted towers in other locations? Why would they harvest the meteor if it's not a simulation? We're just fighting, so none of us are doing it. Makes more sense for these controllers of the simulation to be putting all this stuff together in order to avoid arousing suspicion. Now, if this is true, then the visitor is not from another planet, but instead from outside of the simulation. This whole meteor of him getting there was just his way of entering the simulation in an effort to maybe monitor what's happening and see how the players react to him. Now, this is all well and good, and he used some of the other items that came in from outside of the simulation, such as the hop rocks, to try to get out. However, this did not work, and instead created a rift. This rift bridged the outside world and the simulation. Now, everything that came in from the outside world came in from the meteor, and these items have been having hazardous effects on the world of Fortnite ever since. Everything that's had kind of a strange, if you will, effect has come from the meteor. For instance, the hop rocks, the rifts, and then the shadow cubes. Now, the rift that was created by the visitor not only bridged the real world in the simulation, but bridged other simulations, such as maybe that Viking one. That would explain for the other characters and where they would come from. Also, as multiple of these glitches started coming in, it created kind of a culmination of these. The cube. The cube was not meant to be in Fortnite. That's why it has a hazardous effect on anything that touches it, such as bouncing them away. In fact, the only thing it does not have an effect on is drift, which also came from outside of the simulation. The cube is not meant to be there. With that being said, there are some people sent in from outside the simulation to try to bring order back. These are the enforcers. They came in through another rift, but could not write things. Instead, the cube created these large floating islands in corrupted areas, creating these monsters in the world of Fortnite. All these creatures are part of glitches in the simulation. The cube is starting to tear the simulation apart. They were finally able to remove it from the simulation, but the damage has been done. Now here is what I think is going to happen in the future. The simulation is unstable. In the future, as the simulation is attempted to be fixed, items from the past will happen again. Old Fortnite will in fact collide with new Fortnite. In the tilted areas that were there before tilted towers, such as the grassy areas, will come back again. Bits of old Dusty Divot will reappear and then disappear just as fast. Events that happened in the past will happen again. Imagine, the rocket crashes down from the sky. Meteors fall and go back into the atmosphere just as fast. Dusty Divot becomes the center of all these effects, as it is the area where the meteor crashed and this all started. With all this happening, the world will start to collapse in on itself. Buildings will crumble. Stuff in the past will reach the new Fortnite. For instance, in Lazy Links, parts of Anarchy Acres will reappear. Finally, everybody's going to be streaming this, as this is going to be one of the craziest things that has happened in Fortnite. Everything that has happened in the past will happen again. One Saturday, as all this is happening, it is one of the craziest days. Rifts have opened up and closed again. Dusty Divot turned back into the normal Dusty Depot and then back just as fast. Tomato Temple and Tomato Town have violently crashed, creating a part of half an area. Finally, the game all over the world crashes. All around the world, streamers stop what they're doing. They load back in, and that is when they are greeted with a screen. It says, "Please enter what you want us to call you." Ninja laugh a little bit before typing in Ninja's Hyper. Dakota's might type in Dark, or even his old name, Wolves, with several Z's. The OG music will start playing. They load back in the screen and find their character is default. They still have all their skins, but they decide to leave them at default just to see what will happen. They load into the game, and that's when they see it. It's the Season 1 map. Blank, empty. A world for Fortnite, a simulation, to do whatever they want. Anything at all. They might add new stuff. They might even take some stuff away. It's a blank canvas. News spreads. People who stop playing come back just to see if it's as good as they remember it in Season 1. People will fall back in love with the game again. Fortnite will become popular again. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Hopefully, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.